Hello everyone, we are Chief Sabiran from University Technology of Malaysia. Our members are Chin Jin Yang, Wong Wai Jun, Lee Kok Ming, Zeroing, and Lu Weiding. Our advisor is Dr. Muhammad Yunus bin Ishaq.
Photos that show how some Olympic venues are left abandoned after the game ends. The broken down original track at Mount Trevavik. A set of Olympic rings in an abandoned former swim hall at the site of the 1953 Beijing Olympic Village. The media podium at the ski jump venue. Oh my god, look at this! So terrible. Wait, Malaysia is going to organize Olympic 2024? So how will Sahira solve this issue?
So, are you worried about our upcoming Olympic in 2024? No, you shouldn't be worried about that. Just let me bring you to our whole new Green Olympic Village design. Here are the Green Olympic Village 4 plan. Our design is fully being considered and follow the GBI rating system. So, in our design, do you think that we only focus on sustainability? Definitely not. We are still focused on even family and also cultural aspects in our design. As you can see, there's a lot of things that we can do to encourage Go Green campaigns. Malaysia's new Prime Minister, Ismail Sabri Yaakob, has announced a goal for the country to become carbon neutral as earlier as 2050. Hence, we introduced Green Plus Malaysia in our design. We have electric bus and also public site bicycle sharing system. Therefore, Olympic players can travel conveniently in the village. Having likewise 1% of NLAs in our facilities, and it can obviously provide sufficient sunlight and reduce the electricity cost. We know that Malaysia is a multi-ethnic and multi-religious country. A lot of unique cultures here. That's why we have a Malaysia Culture Center with stage house designs. There will be a lot of cultural information and even souvenir over there. Applying the Crescent and 14-point star design in our village as a flexible and recreational park will be the most symbolic criteria of the combination between culture and construction. Just now, we mentioned that we have a public bicycle sharing system. Indeed, we know that nobody wants to ride under the big suns. That's why we have a 70% of cycling network being shaded by the name and shade and also the tree. We even think of how we want to utilize the stormwaters. Then we decided to implement biowas, and its design is to collect and transport the water runoff while also removing garbage and also pollution. Yes, at this moment, I know it sounds interesting about our design, but what's our planning for this village after the Olympic is over? For the accommodation, we design like a family unit because we promote family in our design. There will be a 5 beds in the unit that's adequate to fit 1,500 people. After the Olympics is over, this can transform to a residential area as well as a lot of facilities assisted. To provide a comfortable environment, we decided to plant WBR Rossia in our entire village. The nickname for it actually is Malaysia's Sakura, and that is quite trending and popular in Malaysia. We foreseeing that there will be a lot of players of tourists come here to have a photo shoot. At the end, this village will be getting popular and it might ease the process of transformation from Olympic village to the residential area. Three main focus: sustainable, cultural, and friendly. Definitely will improve the quality of Olympics village to all children. Thank you.
I always heard that you need to buy energy efficient devices as it gives a lot of benefits, but what devices do you use inside the building?
Well, for energy efficiency, we're applying the low energy and zero carbon housing concept, which aim to provide high living standard and comfort while consuming little energy and reduce the carbon footprint of the building. Firstly, it consists of an active solar energy system, which helps us to save monthly bill and also increase the resale value of the building. Next, we apply for the solar water heating, which aims to reduce the air pollution and greenhouse gas emission caused by the use of the fossil fuel. Thirdly, we use LED bulb and for lighting sources as we found out that LED bulb have long lifespan and will significantly reduce the waste disposed and improve the environmental performance.
Oh, I see. But what could you do to improve the indoor environment quality as it refers to the quality of building's environment?
Okay, to improve the indoor environmental quality, we apply a green heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system which are known as HVAC that use solar energy as our power source with the idea of having balcony with door open in our design building. There will be an installment of the smart lighting system with a motion detector as useful for safety purpose and energy saving. We also use a closed cavity facade (CCF) to provide appropriate daylighting for the building and use less VOC paint that aim to protect human health and the environment.
Oh, okay, I get it. But since summer lasts over here in Malaysia, I'm wondering whether you have any ideas or applications for reducing the heat and sunlight in the building.
Okay, to overcome this problem, we'll install the roofing material with a higher solar reflectance index (SRI) to reject the solar heat absorption and maintain a cooler indoor ambient air temperature of the accommodation buildings. So besides, based on the sustainable site planning, our village has public transport such as the electric bus and the bicycle. So we also have a rainwater harvesting system to collect and store the rainwater for the human use.
Oh yeah, I heard just now that the entire building will use green concrete instead of conventional concrete. May I know what's the difference?
Okay, green building is a form of eco-friendly concrete that manufactured by using the waste or residual material from different industries, and it requires less energy to production. So compared to the conventional concrete, it produces less carbon dioxide and is considered cheap and more durable. So besides, our whole building is mainly built from the green material such as the bamboo, timber, cellulose, and others.
Actually, I heard before about water recycling. What's your contribution towards this issue?
Okay, in terms of water efficiency, one of the technologies that we have used in our building is rainwater harvesting. It is a technique used for collecting and distributing rainwater to be used for domestic purposes rather than going to the sewage. So, besides, another water efficiency technology that we use in our building is rainwater recycling. So, it is an effective way of consuming water where the treated rainwater will be returned to the buildings to be used for flushing toilets and watering lawns. So, the third water efficiency technology which will be used in our building is low-flow plumbing fixtures, such as faucets, shower heads, and modern toilets. It is designed to achieve water savings by having a lower flow rate of water or a smaller quantity per flush. Not only that, it also helps us to reduce the amount owing on our utility bills by consuming less electricity.
Nowadays, engineers keep talking about innovation and technology that is able to improve our quality of life at the same time can protect our mother. Can you share with me about the design?
Sure. For your information, one of the green building innovations that we use in our building is passive house design idea. Its design principle is mainly focused on achieving indoor comfort with as little energy consumption as possible and providing comfort at no operating cost. There are 5 major passive house design principles we have applied in our accommodation, which includes highly insulated envelope, being thermal breach free, optimized orientation with high performance windows and doors, airtight envelope, and mechanical ventilation. Moreover, a central pneumatic waste collection system will be introduced too, in the aim of encouraging and facilitating better waste management. This system utilizes a series of underground pipes to quickly transport refuse to a sorting facility and also directly encourages recycling while making waste segregation easier as well. Overall, this is our sustainable building design that brings on 6 main criteria which are energy efficiency, indoor environment quality, sustainable site planning and management, materials and resources, water efficiency, and innovation.
Okay, so let's move on to the roof truss design of open space. This is our roof truss design for open space. The roof truss coverage area is about 2,800 meters square, which is 40 meters times 70 meters, and the column height is about 7 meters high. And the roof truss that we are using is flat truss. So this is the compliance of standards. Our design has achieved all of the standard criteria, which is the length for a single span is more than 10 meters, the column height is more than 5 meters, the roof truss coverage area is in between 2,000 to 3,000 meters squares, and the deflection for roof truss is not more than 80 millimeters.
Okay, I believe some of you may curious why we go for the green buildings. Now I'll try to explain to you. The first reason is we need to make sure our residents have a healthy indoor environment. The indoor air quality and the human health are closely linked, especially in the modern city where we spend 90% of our time indoors. So when we have a healthy indoor environment, the health of the building's resident is protected, the stress is reduced, and the quality of life is improved. The second reason is a low operation and maintenance cost. The green building uses less energy and water to operate compared to the traditional structures. So our green building have a special feature that ensures that the resources like the water and the energy are used efficiently. So even though the green buildings are slightly more expensive to build than their non-green counterparts, but the lower operation and the maintenance expenses make them significantly more cost-effective in the long term. So the third reason is more incentive program. So there are lots of incentive program available for the green buildings. They have a list of specialist measures that are eligible for the incentive depending on how the incentive program is constructed. So for example, there are tax incentive programs in our country. So the Malaysian government has offered tax incentive for the purchase of the green technology equipment as well as the tax exemption for the usage of the green technology services. So the fourth reason is the effective waste management. So our building consists of the wastewater management and also the waste collection disposal system. The residents can sort their trash with different types of waste through the central pneumatic waste collection system inside our building. So compared to the old technique of the collection waste using the trucks, it requires less personnel to operate. So as a result, a lot of money will be saved. So the last reason, which is reason number 5, is a green transportation capacity. Our goal is to encourage the resident to use the green transportation wherever possible. So we provide a low carbon transportation choice to the occupants of the village that can help them lower their carbon footprint and improve their long-term environmental impact. So here marks the end of our presentation. So thank you for listening, and feel free to ask any question that you don't understand during the Q&A session. So thank you.